Thames is a big old beast, isn't it? Big old wide beast of a river. This is day one. It's about 10:30 in the morning. I'm at the Thames Barrier at the end of the Thames path. It's 183 miles that way. And the Thames Barrier behind me is doing its thing, whatever that thing is. We know what it looks like. We don't know what it does. We know it helps water levels, but none of us know how. I don't know how. It's funny being out here with, this is the first day of my trip, and it's something I've been thinking about and planning for a long time, and now it's here. I left work yesterday. It feels good, it feels exciting. My worries are, will my body cope with this? The bag's heavy, the bag is not as light as I would like. I think it's very close to 20 kilograms, which is far too much. Today's walk is a walk I know really well. It's a great walk through the City of London, and it's through Greenwich, Canary Wharf, Canary Wharf to Isle of Dogs, then into Bermondsey, Tower of London, the City of London, and then past the Tate Modern, place I used to work, the South Bank Centre, which was the home of ITV for many years, and past the National Theatre, the London Eye, Houses of Parliament, and into Pimlico. It's a nice day for it. It's a very nice day to be starting a big adventure. The sun is out, it's a bit chilly, but it's not in any sense a day of grimness. It's a day which is like got a spring in its step and going, come on, let's have it. So let's have it. When you start an adventure, I say like I've been on a million adventures, I don't know, but when you start, there's this sort of adrenaline that you get, and it sort of feels like impatience. It's like, I want the next thing, when's the next thing going to happen? And hang on, I'm just going to pick up someone's tennis ball. Oh, is this yours, mate? There you go. There's always things going on in London, and so behind, there's the Tate and Lyle factory. It's got a fighting chance that it's still actually producing golden syrup. But no, it'd be nice to think it would. It'd be nice to think we actually still do make some goods in London, wouldn't it? Rather than just financial services and elaborate pension schemes. There are definite downsides with the north side of the Thames at this point, because essentially you can't walk on the north side of the Thames. You just have to walk next to huge roads and roundabouts. And I've pretty much got to do this all the way to Canary Wharf. I have to say, I've never walked this bridge. I mean, people don't probably walk this bridge very often, but I'm very glad I have. The views of the Millennium Dome and Canary Wharf are just brilliant. And I've been to the Millennium Dome on a few occasions, just to see bands, really. And what started as a major folly and a sort of embarrassment, a public embarrassment, back in 2000 when it was built, with these lunatic ideas to turn it into some sort of great exhibition. I don't know. It was obviously a disaster. Nobody went. But subsequently, it's become a kind of great London landmark and venue. And it does look, it's dating well. I think it's aging well. It's like Joan Collins. My last memories of Greenwich are last year's London Marathon. You run past the Cutty Sark. Everybody feels good around the Cutty Sark because you've only run a 10k and you're feeling pretty confident, and it's a good moment. I feel a bit like that now, actually, having been walking for a couple of hours and still feeling like, yeah, this bag's not too bad, feet aren't hurting, I can do this. But if the London Marathon teaches you anything, it's that by the time you're at mile 18, you're exhausted. And there will be a lot of versions of mile 18 of this, I've no doubt. South side of the Thames, here we are. The Cutty Sark behind me. Canary Wharf now on the other side, over there. This little hidden gem is the Surrey Docks Farm, which I think is a bit of a find. I just had a couple of sausage rolls there for my lunch, and they were marvellous. They were overpriced, but everything's overpriced. I've walked 9 miles. Still got quite a few miles to go, and my feet are really tired. Yeah, I'm feeling it. We've had hail, had some rain, had some wind, but we've largely had pretty good weather. It's flipping great to be right by the Thames, right by it. Look. Awesome. There's a few people I'm sharing this bit of the beach with. I mean, it's probably better than Brighton Beach. It's pretty similar, really. Lovely views of Wapping. I don't get this view of London very often. You see the joists that sit under the buildings that go down to the river. They really do sort of take you back in time. I always just think about bodies. I think, yeah, that's, you know, little alleyways where you just go, yeah, that's where you'd bring people down and murder them. My view of Dickensian London is much the same view as people in rural towns outside London have of London today, which is that you were lucky if you made it through the night in London town without being murdered in a back alley, taken down to the Thames and dumped in the water. Probably wasn't. I suspect most people made it through the day. It's quite tempting to have a coffee. Maybe I'll have a little coffee. So it's fair to say now we're entering proper central London now. When you hit Tower Bridge, you know you're in the business end of London. And actually the whole walk today has had real resonances with the marathon for me, because when you run the marathon, you cross Tower Bridge and then you go under Tower Bridge in for that final bit. And I feel like I've done the Isle of Dogs and I'm seeing the Tower Bridge again, and I'm heading for the final stint. It's been great to be able to get down to the riverside by Tower Bridge. Never done that before. It's quite fun to see London new. Like, to go down, skip down the stairs by Tower Bridge and go, oh look, I can stand by the Tower Bridge and take a photo of it, or look at the Tower of London. You take it for granted when you live in London, and it's good to sort of, I don't know, force myself to stop and look at it. It's a wonderful, wonderful city. It's incredibly overstimulating. And it's sort of everything I'm trying to get away from, really. But I knew that would be the case with today's walk. I mean, that was part of the reason, I guess, for starting in London, was to start where I am mentally, which is assailed by everything. And then as I move out of London, up the Thames, for things to slowly get quieter. But right now it's fair to say things aren't quiet. It's the City of London, and by HMS Belfast and the City of London. And I am with every tourist in Britain. They're all here with me. It's just rammed with people. Rammed with people. It's not like this at the Thames Barrier Park. I was sort of dreading this bit. And I was it's sort of all the way from here until beyond the Houses of Parliament. It's about 1.5 miles, I guess. Where it's just so filled with people. But I wanted to try and capture it as a contrast to later. watching the London Eye, which has become, I think, the iconic symbol for the whole of London now. This Ferris wheel. I wonder how much it costs to go up the London Eye now. £25? Do you think they get away with £25? I reckon they could. If it's more than, I mean, that is disgusting. Imagine if you're a family of four. I've got 4 kids, so for us to go up, that would be 150 quid. That's assuming it is £25. I'm sure there's a children's discount and a family ticket, but still, I don't know. I'll have a look how much it is. Rage about it. I do like the London Eye though. So the final leg of today begins crossing the bridge, crossing Westminster Bridge, going back to the north bank of the Thames. I've been south since Greenwich, which is long enough to be South London for any self-respecting person. 14 and a half miles so far, might be pushing 16 by the end, which is frankly long enough. For day one, my legs are pretty tired, and I'm not really looking forward to doing it all again tomorrow. But I think I will say goodbye. I think I will say goodbye on this incredibly busy road. Day one complete. London is overstimulating, overwhelming, and brilliant. But I'm looking forward to getting a little bit of peace over the next few days. Okay, well, thanks for being with me through the east of London and the centre of London. I hope it was fun and interesting. Do hit that subscribe button, please, and like, and comment. If you're going to comment and say something horrible, but I don't mind. Go for your life. But yeah, like, subscribe, and there'll be another instalment very soon, and hopefully a calmer one.